Samantha Chian, your host with Spirit of Nevada. This episode is brought to you by the Richard Harris Law Firm, helping families and injured victims throughout Nevada for over 40 years. Hope you enjoy the show.
Still see, can't get it out of my mind. Started counting up the losses, weight sinking, water began to rise.
So this is day 2 in Tonopah, and a few things have changed since our last visit, including the new addition, Mizpah Hotel to Tonopah, and it's currently not open, but it will be open to the public at the end of December. And across the street, there's the famous Mizpah Hotel. And if you all remember when we came back here a few years ago, I had a red dress on, I reenacted the Lady in Red. But on this episode, we're gonna get into more details about the history of Tonopah. Let's begin.
Yes, okay. That is the remnants of a World War II Army Air Corps training base. And that's where the aviators that were from schools of different types all over the nation would take their final training and be shipped out directly to Europe or the Pacific to fly combat missions. And the remaining 2 hangars, there's only 2 left out of the 6 that were originally down there. The one on the south end has some significance, military significance. That's where the predecessor of today's smart bombs were initially tested before those teams were sent over to England and dropped that new secret weapon over occupied France and Germany.
Now you're probably wondering, where is Sam at now? Well, I am standing in the remnants of a World War II Army training base. And this is where people from all over the world, the aviators from all different schools, would come here and they would train before they were shipped off to the Pacific Ocean to complete their combat mission. And this is one of the 6 hangars that used to be here, and 2 of them are still standing to this day. Chuck Yeager was one of the most talented pilots in American history. He began his early career as a mechanic in the Army Air Corps before being selected for pilot training. Many thought of him as the man that feared very little. He flew P-51 Mustangs in World War II. He even managed to avoid being captured after being shot down over France. He was an ambitious individual who believed in achieving the impossible. One of the things he is known for is breaking the sound barrier. And while many doubted it could be done, at the age of 24, he proved to the entire world that it was possible. This place smells good. I'm at Hometown Pizza, and the people of Tonopah just rave about this place. And we're gonna go meet one of the owners. Hi.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good. Are you Harry?
Yeah,
Nice to meet you,
nice
Harry.
to meet you. And welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming
Yeah.
us in. Everybody's always so nice here.
Thank you so much. Want to show you what we got in here in Hometown Pizza?
Yes, I would love to see how these pizzas are made.
Okay. So this we have in the prep table. We're gonna make some pizzas in here.
These
With
ingredients look
everything-
so fresh.
Yeah, the ingredients and we fresh. We don't use anything in frozen. Everything in fresh. We make in here and cut all the vegetables and everything in here and every day. And
This
this we
looks
got
good.
in here. And we make the dough here and every day.
So they have homemade dough, fresh ingredients, nothing's frozen.
Yep, that's we got in here, and Tonopah is like a little bit. So this we have got the dough. We can make it every day, so we can go through in all the fresh stuff for make some pizzas.
This is your own recipe that you guys have?
Yeah, we got an own recipe for that, and that's we make it every day for the fresh dough.
Now, has this place always been here?
We've been here for almost 6 years. We started in 2015 in here in Tonopah.
Nice.
And we've been here as a small community, and people are so nice in here and helpful in everything. So we really appreciate it for Tonopah people too when we come up here to help us to build up the small business.
Well, you'd like to know that they were all saying very nice things, especially raving about your pizza. That looks delicious.
Oh yeah, you can take this one and we can put here and take this thing in the back here, and we can just cut that pizza.
You cut those perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah. We do work in a long time. I work in the pizza business. That's over 10 years.
Wow. So
Yeah.
what made you get into pizza making?
So I just moved out from India in 2006, and then we family have a business in Lovelock, Nevada.
In Lovelock, Nevada.
Yeah,
Oh, is this for me?
that's for you.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so I work over there almost in.
No, I'm taking it.
Oh, no way! This is mine! No way! Let's shut this to keep it warm one
Yeah.
second. Don't worry, I'll share. I'll be sharing. But I see is that your family over
Yeah,
there?
that's my family here. I have
Oh
a-
no, give a wave! Yeah!
Hi,
Come on over. Hello.
that's my wife, Ravinder.
Hi, I'm Samantha. Nice to meet you. I'm doing
That's
great.
my son, Raj.
Hi, Raj. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I love seeing businesses when they incorporate their family, you know, because you get your work done, you spend quality time, and you get to have fresh ingredients. So
Yeah,
pretty neat. I love what you have going on here.
yeah, thank you so much.
All
Appreciate
right. I'm gonna take my pizza and get a bite. I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again for your time
Yeah,
and
no
meeting us.
problem.
We
Thanks for
love coming
coming.
out here, and everyone's so welcoming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, where's that box? I gotta go grab that box.
over there.
Made fresh, just for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Purdy, you can stop recording because it's time to get a little lunch break.
Sam, right?
Yep, Chambria.
Yeah, it's nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too.
I have a nice little setup for us here.
This looks delicious. And you have a wine bottle with the lady in red.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So we stopped here about a few years ago when we were filming for Spirit in Nevada, and we were doing shorter episodes, and now we're doing longer ones, which means we can talk a little bit more about the history and get into depth about people's experiences here.
Yeah.
So would you mind telling me, just so that the audience can learn something and also be educated about the history of the Mizpah Hotel?
Well, I've been here about 2.5 years now, and I still learn something every day.
I do too.
But for the most part, I feel like I'm pretty well educated about the hotel. I'm a sales manager, so it's kind of my job. I guess for starters, this place has been around since 1907. You know, it's very old. The bones are just very well intact.
No, it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. Everywhere you walk in this place, you can
Yeah.
tell that you take good care of it.
Oh, definitely. And of course, the Kleins have done a phenomenal job of restoring the building and, really keeping it up to that nice grandeur glory.
No,
that,
it is.
It should
It's
obtain.
fancy. It's fancy when you walk
Very.
in. And this hotel was used when the miners used to stay here, correct?
So the Mizpah was pretty much the highlight of the town. It was the center. A lot of wealthy men stayed here. There were quite a few miners, mostly men that, were interested in the mining claims. And so, of course,
So
you
the
have
upper
those-
class basically
Yeah.
stayed here.
And it's still going.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the Lady in Red, which there's a bottle that they actually sell wine here from, I kind of told a little bit about the story, and I just wanted to share with you my experience when I came here. My team and I were here, and we had came here for lunch. It's exactly where we're sitting, and we decided to feature this place on our show. And so the staff took the dress from the Lady in Red. Do you still have that dress here, where you put in different people's rooms? I don't know if that was before your time or not.
That was definitely before my time.
Okay, so what they used to do is they would have a dress with the Lady in Red, and what they would do is they would put it in each room and give a discount to whatever room that person was staying in, right? So when I came in, I said, I want to do an episode, and it's late in the evening. And they said, no problem, but what are you going to wear? And we had nothing, right? Because it was just an episode about Tonopah, not just the Mizpah.
Yeah.
So they took the dress from the Lady in Red, they put it on me, and they sewed it to me. No joke. So I
Oh
did
my gosh.
wild, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah, so I'm here, I have a dress on, and I'm walking through the hotel talking about this place. I went into the room, which is very beautiful, by the way.
The suite, yes.
The suite is gorgeous. I know it used to cover, like 3 rooms, and they moved it to 1. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And so I was walking around with her dress, which is so neat. And so for the viewers that are watching right now, could you tell a little bit about the story about how that, the Lady in Red was, kind of the mistress of the
lady
town?
of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Good way of putting it.
So of course, she was a prostitute in the early 20s, I believe it was.
Which was common back
very
then.
common. And of course, we are in Nevada, which is
And it was legal at the time.
yeah. So the little bit that I know about her, she was very young. Of course, she was a beautiful woman. Came here from Salt Lake City.
So she
Settled
traveled a
in-
good distance.
Oh yeah, settled in Tonopah. I mean, this town was really booming, tons of money flowing through. So this
The place to be.
was the place to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So she actually lived in the hotel at one point.
The legend goes that she was murdered at one point in the hotel. Do we know who?
So she got tangled up with the wrong man. Of course, he became very possessive. Confessed his love for her, and of course asked her to end her business, and basically be with him. And she declined. Of course, he then caught her in the act, I guess,
Of working.
red-handed.
Nice little pun that you put in there.
Yeah. And he, out of a jealous rage, he ended up actually attacking her in her room. So, I mean, I've heard kind of a mixture of stories. One of them being that when he attacked her, he had actually stabbed her several times. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. So then, of course, in the midst of her trying to escape and go for help,
Of course,
he
yeah.
then, grabs her, rips her pearl necklace off of her neck, and then strangles her to death with his bare hands in the hallway, and just left her
What
there.
a brutal sight.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, there's tons of stories behind that, who did it. Of course, there was this, nobody was ever
Around to actually see it. So
yeah,
nobody
no
can
witnesses.
say
And of
what
course, back then
exactly
you had to
happened.
have a witness before you were actually
Tried for being guilty.
Exactly.
Correct. During the turn of the century, the Mizpah Hotel was a place to be. Miners, entrepreneurs, and businessmen all came to Tonopah looking for silver. I pick up the phone and dial back to the year 1900, when Jim Butler discovered silver in what is now the city of Tonopah, a strike that would prove to be one of the richest in Nevada. In 1907, out of the pockets of George Wingfield, U.S. Senator George Nixon, H.C. Brower, and Robert Govan, the Mizpah Hotel was born. Step into another era at the Mizpah Hotel, for it's better to see a place once than hear about it 1,000 times. I'm Samantha. You can call me Sam, the Spirit of Nevada. Brought to you by the Richard Harris Law Firm.
I don't know, maybe 5 minutes for us to get prepared. And then of course we started in this room right here, which is where I'll take you. And as soon as we walked in there, it was like this big cloud of cigarette smoke just.
And we're about to go in there.
It was so quick. It
You ready, Purdy?
Kind of like a came and go type thing, but it was.
You could
pretty-
definitely smell the smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you had people come down here?
I was just gonna
Okay.
ask that.
So-
during Halloween, is this like a Halloween thing that you
Yeah,
guys
so
have?
I completely deck out the basement for Halloween.